What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of You for the Rising of the Shield Hero Season 3. This is episode 11, I
I
think.
think no, this was
Uh,
episode 10.
or, okay, 10. Yeah, and with me as always, I
Yeah,
have
so
Worsmid.
of course this is the beginning of the final story arc for season 3, and which we're finally getting into the Shield Hero party, finally locating Itsuki. Um, so I mean,
Yeah.
picking up after what happened after last week, now Fumi, of course, task Melty to helping Philo regain her levels after it was inadvertently taken away from her, thanks to thanks to Galleon after he was possessed by the Emperor Dragon at the time. So Philo is pretty much like out of commission until her levels can go back to the way it was, pretty much to not Naofumi and Raptalia's levels. Um, Scene comes back to the village and reveals that she's been taking part in the other underground fights for extra money. Um, but of course, tells them that no, that she supposedly finds a person called the Perfect Hidden Justice, which is a nickname for, of course, Itsuki, the bow hero.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so they find out that Itsuki's been fighting in the underground tournaments. And they try to get, I guess they try to go to get more. I think they go to the, was it the slave trader to get more information on him? Or
Yeah.
somebody, like, I think, yeah. Um, so they find out that he's been fighting in the tournaments, and they observe him. Um, I guess during one of the fights, uh, and Rishia tries to go confront him. But well, we actually get like a flashback as well with Rishia with the bow hero basically asking her if she had what was it, like, that she'd stolen like
So
something that
so
was important to him, like
okay,
some.
so this happened during the events. Well, at the end of the events of season 1, where
Yeah.
it's it. Well, the story kind of mixes up here and there, where like either it was Itsuki or it was the party members that framed Rishia from destroying an item that she didn't she didn't break, which of course they used as an excuse to kick her out of the party for no reason. Um, so of course, yeah, like you said, Rishia does end up finding Itsuki at the underground tournament, and once she finds him, like Itsuki begins talking to himself like that he needs to make the money to save people, of course, and and of course, once Rishia confronts him, he just strikes her, which is pretty surprising.
Yeah.
Um, and of course, now if we of course alongside Ren, calls him out, tell him that like why he's competing in these this underground tournament, and he says like he doesn't really elaborate much, but he says like he's doing it for mine, which of course you know sets off both Naofumi and Ren, pretty much telling it straight up telling that he can't trust him. Obviously, Ren knows firsthand after what happened to him when Mine manipulated him.
Yeah, so it kind of seems like they're doing the same thing with Itsuki, where he's also being manipulated by mine.
Yeah, but of
Um,
course to no avail because like Itsuki, like just I don't know, like Itsuki also should know about this about Mine by now, but it's just like similar to what to Ren. I mean, like he's too deep into trusting Mine at this point.
yeah, well, also it seems like, I mean, we see that he has a different bow, and it's probably just a cursed weapon, kind of like what Ren
Yeah.
had, and it seems like it's probably messing with him as
Yeah,
well.
and we also see like what happened, supposedly what happened to Itsuki after the events of season 2. That because of his failure to take down the spirit tortoise, his party members ended up abandoning him until Mind shows up to, I guess, bring him all together. And I guess you could say the reason why she's having Itsuki participate in the underground tournament was to make money to free the demi-human slaves, but we know for a fact that that's a lie because like back in season one, she has a like a hatred towards demi-humans in particular. So yeah, yeah,
Well, I mean, that's even confirmed at the end of the episode where she says that she's basically just using like, or she's trying to, I guess she's entered into the slave trade or something where she's trying to enslave
yeah.
demi-humans and trying to get money from it.
Yeah, so pretty much the rest of the episode, we see Itsuki getting into these fights, and Naofumi notices because of like how his bow looks that he doesn't have the same amount of strength that he does even before he entered the tournament or before he fought the Spirit Tortoise. So like you see like
Mhm.
Itsuki just using the bow like as a regular weapon instead of like his usual like his meteor bow strikes or whatever. He just gets into like a almost hand to hand combat at times against his opponents and just basically just bludgeons them with his bow.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's not really himself. Kind of like, again, kind of like what happened
Mhm.
with Ren. Um, so, but yeah, eventually, Rishia enters into the tournament to try to fight Itsuki, um, in a way, I guess, trying to bring him back to his
Mhm.
senses. Because, she said that you would save me once, so I'm going to try to save you. So yeah, I mean, then this is where the episode ends. So I guess in the next one, we're going to see the fight between Itsuki and Rishia. Um, but yeah, I mean, I kind of like that they're at least trying to um, have some kind of, I mean, well, giving Rishi a little bit more screen time and having her, go through, I mean, I guess her character arc. Um, but yeah, I mean, considering how many episodes there are that we have left, I'm not really sure how this is going to play out. I mean, I guess that, they're going to end up trying to bring Ikki back to his senses and, eventually confront mine. What I'm kind of wondering is how how the king is going to factor into all this, and his his sister, and how that what was it, the that one demi human girl is related to him. So I'm kind of wondering about that. Like, maybe like I'm kind of hoping they're not saving all that for like the very end of the season.
It,
Uh,
it's possible
but
they could still hint at at something that might end up happening for season 4. Uh, likely for season 4
yeah,
because they've been hinting at like at this upcoming fight against this great
the
Phoenix thing,
Phoenix.
but it doesn't look obviously, with the number of episodes we have left and what they're currently telling with the storyline with Risha and the Bow Hero, it's not likely going to happen this even by the end of the season.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, it was another pretty decent episode. I mean, I do like where it's going. It's definitely a lot so far. It's definitely a lot better than season two with what the plot is. Um, it's just my only issue with it is it's still a little bit predictable as to what's probably going to happen. Um, although like I feel like the most interesting aspect so far has kind of been the king and how he's related uh to the demi-humans, and his that whole thing with his sister. I kind of want to know more about that. um I feel like the issue, like the other heroes, in my opinion, are still just like, I mean, yeah, Ren is technically a good guy now, or he's not, as the kind of person he used to be. But I feel like he desperately needs more character development. Both him, Moriyasu, and Itsuki. There's just, I feel like the issue I have with them is they're all just kind of pretty one dimensional in my opinion. I just feel like there's just, they haven't really had a lot of time to really develop his characters to get us to really care that much about them. Mostly because they've been off screen
Yeah.
for most of the series. So,
I mean,
um, and this season, the whole point is trying to get us to really like sort of care more about them. And I think the other issue with that is that there's just not a lot of time to really do that. And also, and not to mention that they've kind of used a lot of time more so in just more, I guess, slice of life moments where, it's now Fumi and his village and stuff. And I feel like that time should have probably been spent a little bit more trying to build up their characters or something. And that's kind of my only real issue with the Sports Zone issue, I guess, with the series as a whole so
yeah.
far. Um,
It's weird. It's
yeah,
weird because season 2 had 13 episodes, while this season's only gonna have 12, so it's weird that
Yeah.
they're not devoting much time to adding another episode for something else. But I mean, in terms of like development um for the three heroes, I mean, it's minimal at best. But I think out of the three that so far has the best amount of development is of course Ren, because we sort of see his
Mhm.
backstory a lot more than we did with than we did with Motoyasu. It's possible we could still see it with Itsuki. Probably by the next episode, we could see what he was like before he got uh, teleported into the new world that he where he is right now. But as of right now,
Yeah.
like we only have like 2 episodes left to find out.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't have too much else to say about the episode. It was an okay episode. I guess we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I don't know if you have anything else to
Yeah,
say about
I
it.
mean, it's a good way to start off the beginning of the end of the season. Definitely, it was the season is aiming to redevelop or reintroduce some characters that were MIA back in season two, and pretty much get back to the main plot of the storyline by bringing Mind back as the main antagonist of the story.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the other thing too is she's also been kind of absent for most of the season if they're trying to make her like the main villain. Maybe she's going if they're going to do another season, she'll be more involved in that. But yeah, I mean, it does seem like yeah, she of course is the villain again, but I feel like she should have she should be doing a little bit more than whatever she's up to now. Um, but yeah, I mean that's the only other thing I guess so far I could say about season
Mhm.
three. Um, but yeah, I guess so. That all being said, until next time, we will see you all later.